Hello, I'm Ray Roberts. I'm pastor of River Road Presbyterian Church with a sermon wrap-up. This past Sunday, we looked at Mark chapter 1, verses 21 through 28. And in this passage, we looked at how the Gospel of Mark shows us Jesus sort of almost as an action figure. The narrative jumps from one thing to another to another. And Mark stitches this narrative together using a Greek word, euthos. In fact, the word appears so many times that it doesn't always get translated. In fact, it's not even translated more than once in most translations that we'll find it in, such as the New Revised Standard Version. This word immediately, one thing happens, and then another thing happens, and then another. And what Mark is trying to show us is that when Jesus shows up, things start to happen. And in the passage that we looked at, the big thing that happens is that Jesus casts out an unclean spirit. When Jesus shows up and teaches, the gospel says immediately, a man with an unclean spirit speaks up and says, I know who you are. You are the Holy One of Israel. Have you come to destroy us? And what's interesting about that is that for the first time in the Gospel of Mark, someone recognizes Jesus for who he is. It's the first time. And it's a person with an unclean spirit. The people with the clean spirits are going, wow, that's something. This guy can really teach. Who is this? What is this? They're asking questions. But the first person to recognize him is the person with the unclean spirit. And I think that says something to us. It says to us that when Jesus shows up in our own lives, that the unclean spirits in our lives recognize that they have to go. The spirit of selfishness or the pride, the judgmental spirit, the spirit that's partisan, the things that prevent us from loving and being the people that God calls us to be. These spirits recognize that they have to go. I hope that you'll join us again this next coming Sunday, where we're going to be looking at Jesus' healing at Simon's house. It's the passage that immediately follows this one.